here we go. I'm going to use the same technique to graph this. We need 2 points. We might as well just get the intercepts because that's really easy points to identify. So the x-intercept, what do? We let y equal 0. That means 0 equals negative 2x minus 7. And so now I need to solve this for x. Let's add 2x to both sides. So 2x equals negative 7, and x equals negative 7 halves. So that gives me a point, negative 7 halves, 0. However, this is not easy to graph. What should I do? Maybe I want to try something else. But we'll come back to that. Let's still go ahead and find the intercepts. Let's find the y-intercept. Let x equal 0. Then that's easy. Now we have y equals negative 2 times 0 minus 7, or y equals negative 7. So I get the y-intercept is 0, negative 7. Now that is going to be easy for me to find. X equals 0. Remember, here's the y-axis. We want to go down to negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 1 point. Now I need another point that's a little bit easier to plot than this. So what can I do? Let's just choose another value for x. Let's let x equal, what shall we choose? Something pretty easy, like negative 1. What would happen? Y would equal negative 2 times negative 1 minus 7. So y equals 2 minus 7, and y equals negative 5. So that gives me the point negative 1, negative 5. Now, you just need to find that. X equals negative 1, and y, so here's negative 1 on the x-axis. We need negative, so there's negative 1 on the x-axis, and we want to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that point is here. And now I just need to try to draw a line joining these 2 points. Of course, WebAssign will do this part for you. Okay, so that was the point, negative 1, negative 5. And you could do a quick check. Of course, this is freehand, so it's not going to be exact. But what is negative 7 halves? Isn't that negative 3.5? And so 1, 2, 3, it's roughly in the right place, my x-intercept. Here's my y-intercept. It's just doing little points. It's a little difficult. I mean, not whole numbers are a little difficult to graph on WebAssign, but you can do it if you choose to. All right, let's keep going. We need to graph this function. And maybe you don't instantly recall that this is a line that goes through the origin. If we find the intercepts, what's going to happen? It's not going to work out so well. Let's find the x-intercept. Let y equal 0. Then 0 equals 3x, which tells me x equals 0. So I get 0, 0 for my x-intercept. There it is. Let's find the y-intercept. So let x equal 0. Y equals 3 times 0, so y equals 0. So that's the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Not very helpful when graphing a line. So find another point. Find another solution. I think it's easier to choose values for x, so let's just let x equal 1. Then y equals 3 times 1, so y equals 3. So I'm looking at the point 1, comma 3. X is 1, that's here. Y is 3, that's here. So go over 1, up 3 to find this point. It's right about here. Then get WebAssign will draw this line for you. If you're not sure, check another point. This is a very strange equation. This is a horizontal line. And where is the x? There's no x. You could think of this as y equals 0 times x plus 3. So the x could be hidden in there. The coefficient of it is 0. So if this helps you make sense of things, use it. But what this tells me is no matter what x is, y always equals 3. Well, here's 3 on the y-axis, and that is the y-intercept. There is no x-intercept. Well, because if you let y equal 0 to find it, what would you get? 0 equals 3. That is not a solution. So it doesn't even cross the x-axis. So what is going on? Well, look at this. No matter what value of x I put in there, let x equal 4. Y would equal 0 times 4 plus 3. So y equals 3. Okay, so find that on your number line. Here's 4 for x. Y is up here at 3. And no matter what x value I put in there, x equals 2, y equals 3. If x equals negative 2, y still equals 3. So this is a horizontal line. Y equals any number is a horizontal line. Every point on this line is x, comma 3. I know it's a little weird, but it's important to get used to this, especially if you're going on to take Math 144. Let me say one other thing about this. We call this a constant equation because y never changes. X can change. X can go from negative infinity to positive infinity, but y never changes. 1. This y equals 3 is a horizontal line. Take a wild guess and tell me what you think x equal a number is going to be. This is going to be a vertical line. So how am I supposed to think about this in terms of an equation of a line? Well, that's tricky. But based on what we talked about over here, perhaps you can just accept this. No matter what y is, x equals -6. So where is -6? That's over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's -6. And this is the line that goes through -6 on the x-axis. It's hard to think of plotting points here, but when y equals 1, x equals -6. So you get this point, -6, 1. That's right here. When y equals -3, x still equals -6. So that's down here. So all these points are solutions. There is no y in the equation. And this is something that you just have to get used to, that this is the equation of a vertical line. Okay, that is the end of 7.1. In 7.4, we're going to do a lot more. We'll talk about slope and how to find the equation of a line given 2 points. So this was just like a gentle introduction into the equations of lines. So bye for now. Let me know if you have any questions.